what, the music? The music?
Hi and hello, Eagles fans, and welcome to this presentation of TCC Baseball, Saturday afternoon affair. Your Eagles hosting the Northwest Florida State Raiders. They are both dead even at 11-10 in conference play. The Raiders coming in at 30-17 overall. TCC coming in at 30-16 overall. These two teams faced off in Niceville yesterday night. The Eagles jumping out to a 4-0 lead. They allow 6 unanswered as the Raiders come away with a 6-4 victory. William Haynes alongside Andrew Larkin. And Andrew, that loss yesterday sets up a very intriguing game with, including today, 3 games left in conference play. These two teams are fighting it neck and neck for a second-place finish.
Indeed they are. Well, you know, we're here today. Beautiful day. We do need to clarify that. 80 degrees, I'd have to guess, and sunny. Not too many clouds in the sky, but I am so glad to be here as this game definitely has a lot of implications behind it. You know, coming into this with our ace on the mound, Ethan Firevet, and, you know, against Northwest Florida, coming off the loss yesterday, it's going to be big for the Eagles to turn it around and get back on the ship to finish out the season strong, and especially going into the tournament coming up here. You know, great game, great weather. Let's have a day, huh?
There's no doubt about that, and you mentioned the implications in today's game, and I think in the Tallahassee dugout there right along with you, because on the mound today, Ethan Fireved, the big left-hander, in 11 starts this year, 9-2 record with a 2.97 ERA. 63 and 2/3 innings pitched, 33 walks compared to 83 strikeouts. The way the schedule sets up, if they can win today, they've got a couple of games next week against Pensacola State. That's in the bottom of the conference, and then you compare that to Northwest. They'll have to play Chipola, who is the clear number 1, next week. So these two teams tied in conference play at 11-10. This game here today could be the difference. Ethan Fireved finishing up his warm-up pitches and stepping into the box is the big first baseman Blake Cavill, stepping in from the left side. This season, Cavill batting .343, 6 home runs, 29 runs batted in.
You know, and Cavill comes into this tied with the home run lead for his team. Austin Kelly also with 6. Kelly a little bit lower than him in the average department, but Cavill could be arguable for the best hitter in this lineup.
Lefty on lefty matchup to begin the game, and a swing and a miss, and we are underway at 2:09.
He didn't love that pitch, but he liked it. You know what I mean? He threw the bat out there. Unfortunately, couldn't hold up.
And the 0-1 pitch misses just a bit, and it's even at one ball and 1 strike. The Eagles with their yellow uniforms here today with the Tallahassee lettering in blue across the front, blue numbers, home white pants, and the visiting Raiders in their red jerseys with Northwest Florida lettering across the front. Back going left is Cruz, and he makes the grab for out number 1.
You know, Will, we've seen Justin Cruz all over the field this season, bouncing from the infield to the outfield. He's really been a play-everywhere type of guy.
And with 1 away, it'll be Cherokee Nichols.
Nichols steps in with a .312 average here. 24 ribbies on the team. Tied for 3rd, or 4th, rather. Austin Kelly leads the team in ribbies at 33.
Gets the first pitch strike taken there. So the defensive alignment for Tallahassee today, you just saw him make the catch in left field, Justin Cruz, Josh Pagozzo in center, Ziggy Thomas in right, Aiden Keenan at 3rd, Smakoski at shortstop, Andrew Fernandez at 2nd, Brett Gwynn at 1st, and Ethan Kreisen catching Ethan Firevid. Another 1-ball, 1-strike count to open the game. Wind blowing from right to left as you see the flag out there in center field. A big swing and a miss there.
I think he was completely fooled on that breaking ball right there. Great pitch selection by Firevet coming after him early. I think that will be the key to a great outing today, is just attacking early, finding your groove, finding your rhythm, and executing the pitches you want to, where you want to.
Where will he go on 1-2? Goes with the off-speed chop to the left side. Aiden Keenan has it. Long throw to first, and it's in time for out number 2. And with 2 gone, bases empty, it'll be the catcher, Austin Kelly. This year, Austin Kelly batting .287, 6 home runs, 33 runs batted in. The lineup for Northwest today: Blake Cavill, you saw lead off, Cherokee Nichols, Austin Kelly, Carlos Guzman, Brant Smith, AJ Fritz, and a final three of Mason Jans, Kate Easterbrook, and Wyatt Cousteau.
In steps Austin Kelly. Now, Kelly is a interesting hitter to watch here. He would be up there for their best hitters in that lineup, as we talked about. Leads the team in RBIs, tied for home runs. He slugs .473. He is a power bat through and through, as he is only averaging about .287 on the year, which is still very respectable average, but his production's more seen in the pop that he produces.
Only about 2 or 3 hitters hitting over 300 as that one misses high and away. So you mentioned a lineup that focuses a little bit more on the power. This season, Firevet has only allowed 3 home runs. That one chopped foul to the right side in front of the Raiders' dugout.
Well, you're going to have to find some lumber to knock on after saying that.
And just about every time we step in here, something like that is due to break out. So we will be on the lookout for that. Clear skies, as you mentioned, beautiful day here, about 80 degrees in this late April afternoon. That one bounced in the dirt. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Smakowski, Pagozo, Dingus will be the first 3 due up in the bottom of this inning.
And, that's been the 3 for the Eagles, seemingly. Once they found that first 3 is really what you want to go with.
And a swing and a miss. Firevet gets his first strikeout of the afternoon and puts the top of the Raiders' order down 1-2-3. As we step aside for the first break of the afternoon, you're watching TCC Baseball on tcceagles.com and YouTube.
Too early. And we're back here at Eagle Field.
William Haynes alongside Andrew Larkin bringing you the action here today. On the mound, starting for Northwest Florida, the right-hander Joel Sarver. This season, making his 11th start, he is 5-3 with a .414 earned run average, just about 54 innings of work, 11 walks, 66 strikeouts. His last time out, April 16th against Gulf Coast State, went 7 innings, allowing 2 runs on 7 hits. The last time he faced TCC was back here in Tallahassee on April 3rd, only went 2 1/3, giving up 7 runs on 8 hits. So they had plenty of success against Sarver the last time around. And to begin the bottom of the first, stepping in from the right side, Jason Smakowski. Smakowski this year batting .329. That first pitch catching the outside part for a strike. 1 home run, 26 runs batted in. Terrific defensive shortstop. Got the change of speed there and fouled it down the left side. Quickly, 0-2.
You know, Smakowski's been that staple leadoff guy for the Eagles all season long, it seems.
That one missing high, and that will continue the at-bat. The defensive alignment for Northwest in the outfield from left to right. Easterbrook, Jans, Nichols. Infield third to first. Smith, Fritz, Cousteau, Cavill, Kelly behind the plate catching. Joel Sarver on the mound from the first base side of the rubber. The 1-2, and that one is outside. Batting order for TCC today is Smakowski leading off, followed by Pagozzo and Dingus, Fernandez, Kreisen, Cruz, and a bottom three of Ziggy Thomas, Brett Gwynn, and Aiden Keenan. It'll be a 2-2. And that one in the air. In comes the right fielder, Nichols, and it's going to fall in front of him for a base hit. Lead-off single for Jason Smakowski, and that one found the sweet spot.
You know, what a great piece of hitting right there. Really timed it well. You know, worked the count to just the right spot and then poked one right in for a base hit. Lead-off single. It's a great way to lead off the offense for the day. It's what you want. And Smakowski just keeps stepping up and producing in the moments where we need him.
Now it will be Josh Pagozzo playing center field today, batting .377 on the year. 3 home runs, 37 runs batted in. That one fouled sharply down the right side. He was all over that first pitch. It's Cavill holding on Smakowski at first base.
I feel bad for whatever that ball ended up hitting. Oh, my goodness. That was a rocket out of here.
Put a hole in the window of somebody's car. Oh, 1 pitch outside. So righty on righty to this point. Sarver working outside. One pitch, runner goes, pitch outside, throw down a second, and they got the throw and the tag in time. Smakowski caught stealing for the 6th time this season, and that erases the leadoff hit. Not a horrible pitch to run on, and it was low and away. Kelly did a nice job of picking that one and making a nice throw over to second base. I don't know if it was the break because they got him out by quite a bit. And there's a swing and a miss by Josh Pagozzo. He's out on strikes, and just like that, you go from a leadoff hit to 2 outs, bases empty. Marco Dingus DHing today in the 3-hole, hitting .353 this year. 7 home runs, 38 runs batted in. His 7 home runs are good for the team lead.
Coming into today, Sarver is 3rd on Northwest Florida in strikeouts with 66. In front of him would be Jake Madden and Caleb Reese with 75 and 78.
The 0-1 to Dingus, and that one low and in and bounced in the dirt. That one in the air. Will it stay in play? Coming out is the first baseman, Cavill. Second baseman, Cousteau, running out as well, but that one got all the way out of the ballpark.
Pretty decent-sized crowd here today at Eagle Field, enjoying the sunshine, enjoying the baseball.
Second to last home date of the year. That'll be Wednesday night against Pensacola State. But a big one here today. There's no question there. The 1-2 pitch with 2 outs to Dingus. And got him with the changeup there, and he's out on strike. So 2 strikeouts to end the inning for Joel Sarver, and he gets the Eagles down in order after the leadoff single erased by a caught stealing. After 1 full, we are scoreless here at Eagle Field. Top of the second inning, it'll be the cleanup hitter and the DH, Carlos Guzman. This season, Guzman hitting .315, 3 home runs, 22 runs batted in. It'll be Guzman, Smith, and Fritz, middle of the order for the Raiders here. 1-2-3 inning in the first, including Firevid's first strikeout of the day. Speaking of Ethan Firevid, he's one of 6 commits now on this roster, committed to Pitt. The other one's Matt Cooper to Valdosta State, Carlos Rodriguez, Eastern Kentucky, Ethan Kreisen, who's behind the plate here today, Murray State, Campbell Cleveland to UT Martin, and Braden Halliday to High Point. So plenty of players on this roster that will be making it to the next level. Firevid at the top of that list. 1 ball, 1 strike to hear the count to Guzman. That one fouled sharply to the left side. TCC is 3-2 against Northwest Florida. So a chance to clinch the season series. And the 1-2 fouled, popped up back towards the screen. Outside, popped out of the glove of Kreisen, but nobody on base and wasn't anywhere near towards securing a call, so it's 2-2.
Guzman coming in with a .315 average, 22 RBIs on the year, slugging .423. You know, obviously he's in the 4-hole for a reason. He's the DH for a reason.
And that one right down Grand Central, called strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Firevid, and there's the first out of the second inning. Brant Smith now, the third baseman. Smith this year batting .327, 2 home runs, 24 runs batted in. Freshman that's appeared in 36 games. This is game number 48 for Northwest. Stepping in from the left side against Firevid and gets the strike call on the outside to begin the at-bat. Infield back, outfield playing to pull, and that one's fouled back.
You know, Fireved's pitch selection is a huge part of what makes him so successful on the mound. You know, his sequencing. All season he's shown us that he's able to recognize what a hitter's looking for, what he's sitting on, and really just execute a pitch that he can fool him with.
He's ahead of Smith here, 0-2 from the third base side of the rubber, high and away outside, and that makes it 1-2. That went off the chest protector. Not able to corral that one in, and that will continue the at-bat. 2-2 now. That one misses by just a bit, and to 0-2 now the count goes full. Northwest looking for their first base runner of the day. And the payoff pitch. Got him. Strike 3 called on the off speed, and that buckled Brant Smith, and he heads back to the dugout for the third consecutive strikeout for Firevid.
You know, he's starting to hit his rhythm now, starting to really find himself in a groove, and this is what you want early. You know, you want the pitcher to find his rhythm early, find what's working. You know, and especially, you know, the first time through the order, it's very important to show that you've got it on. You've got your stuff going today. And I think that's what Fireved's about to do the rest of the way here.
2 outs, bases empty for the shortstop, A.J. Fritz, this year. 233 the average, 2 home runs, 13 batted in. That one in the air. Drifting out is the second baseman, but it's going to be in the glove of the right fielder, Ziggy Thomas, for the third and final out. So Firevid has retired the first 6 Raiders of this game, and it'll be a chance in the bottom of the second for the Eagles to put up the first run of the game.
Tallahassee Community College has been named as one of the top 10 community colleges in the nation. The Aspen Institute recognizes institutions from across the country that have exceptional achievements and a total commitment to improving student outcomes. The college was recognized as one of the nation's premier community colleges, eligible to compete for the prestigious $1 million Aspen Prize for Community College Excellence because of its focus on student access and success, its workforce training initiatives, a seamless and high transfer rate to four-year colleges and universities, and its many varied and productive community partnerships. This recognition from the Aspen Institute is a testament to the wonderful work of the faculty, staff, and leadership at Tallahassee Community College.
Stepping in now, the second baseman, Andrew Fernandez, to start the bottom of the second. Fernandez hitting .301 this year, 6 home runs, 42 runs batted in, and I feel like we've said this a couple times this year, Andrew. You look at him, incredibly athletic infielder, not a guy that you look at and say there's a lot of pop in that bat, but certainly has been the case, 6 home runs.
Yeah, he's found a way to make it work this year, Will. He's been able to produce some real pop. Not thoroughly expected, but a pleasant surprise, if you will.
Switch hitting infield. Hits lefty, and that went high in the air. Back goes Nichols, and he'll watch it fly. Home run number 7 of the year for Andrew Fernandez, and he'll round them all after giving the Eagles a 1-0 lead.
And that's just what we were talking about right there, Will. Just put the ball right through that one, a real country mile over the right field wall. That one was long gone off the bat.
So there you go. Fernandez now tied for the team lead in home runs with 7. He and Dingus both with that lucky number. And Andrew, maybe an example of that time, not a jinx. We're just speaking it into existence in a positive way.
You know, I mean, that's the truth of the matter. That also extends his lead as team leader in RBIs to 43 ribbies on the year right now. Fernandez has had an incredible year at the dish.
An incredibly valuable player to this roster and what they do. Now the catcher, Ethan Kreisen, takes a fastball on the outside part for strike 1. Kreisen hitting .306 this year, 2 home runs, 20 runs batted in. Catches just about every game. We mentioned that he will be headed to Murray State. That was the newest of the Eagles to announce their commitment to the next level, so congratulations to Ethan on that.
You know, and Kreisen's not just a great hitter at the dish, he's also an outstanding defensive catcher.
And lines that one into left for a base hit. Was all over that pitch from Joel Sarver, and that'll put a runner on first base with nobody out.
That one was tattooed.
Now, playing left field today, Justin Cruz, known for his speed. This season, Justin Cruz hitting .295, 3 home runs, 27 batted in. Has, at least earlier in the season, played primarily second base. They shifted up things a bit, put him in the corner outfield, and they moved Fernandez from third to second today and put Aiden Keenan at third base. First pitch to Cruz. Fouled down the left side.
You know, we were talking about it earlier, but Justin Cruz, a true utility player through and through. I think that speed makes him so valuable defensively because you're able to just really put him wherever you need him on the day-to-day basis. And at the dish especially as well, he's hitting .295, so you can put him in the 5, 6, 7 hole and really rely on him to produce on both ends of the field.
Cruz in an 0-2 hole. Kreisen, the catcher, 5 for 6 in stolen base attempts this year. They've already run once. That was with the shortstop Smakowski. That one inside, and that's going to be lined into left. So they go to the same spot, back-to-back singles. And now the Eagles in business here for Ziggy Thomas.
This offensive momentum can't be overemphasized enough, especially early in the game. It's really important to get that starter out of here and make them go into their pen.
Sarver didn't get out of the third inning the last time he played TCC, and their coaching staff is going to come out and have a chat with him. Infield comes in as well.
You know, I think that's obviously very important to bring up, Will. You know, and it does make it interesting as to why they chose to turn to him today.
Yeah, in a game as crucial as this, we talked in the open about why you throw Kreisen on a day like today, even when you have 2 games left, because this is really the one, as far as standings is concerned, that you need to get. And you've also been very successful against Pensacola State, who they've got 2 games up against next. Coach departs from the mound. He'll stay in the game to face the lefty Ziggy Thomas. I believe that was the head coach, Doug Martin, that came out to talk. Ziggy Thomas this year, as the first pitch tries to lay the bunt down, and it goes foul down the right side. Ziggy Thomas, 264, 4 home runs, 24 batted in, and after he laid the bunt down, you go and look over, he's got 1 sacrifice hit this year. So looking for number 2. I don't know if they'll keep it on. The corners of the infield come in. Brett Gwynn, the switch hitting first baseman, is on deck. He'll bat next, so maybe they're trying to set up a couple of runners in scoring situation for him. Will he square up on 0-1? He does so far, and the first baseman is going to come halfway down the line. Pulls back and fouls that one off the end of the bat. So quickly 0-2, and that takes the bunt out of consideration.
You know what's really great about this Eagles lineup here today is, you know, we just had 3 straight knocks, including a solo shot. And behind Thomas, you know, you got Brett Gwynn, who's a great two-way player. Then you also have Ethan Keenan, Aiden Keenan rather, who's another great offensive threat. Really top to bottom, just offensive power all the way through.
0-2, takes that one upstairs. So still nobody out, a couple of runners on as we're in the bottom of the order. 1-0 Eagles lead after the home run by Andrew Fernandez. A home run that was almost as if it was on cue. And the 1-2 offering is high in the air, drifting out to third baseman Smith, and he'll watch it get out of play.
You know, Thomas is a hot bat in the lineup. You know, he homered yesterday in the loss to the Raiders.
He has been a streaky bat at times. He's definitely got some pop when he can put the barrel on the ball, but a considerable amount of strikeouts. 31 strikeouts, tied for second most on the team. He's got a situation here with a couple of runners on early in this one. Inside move for Sarver. There'll be no throw. Kreisen back into second base. They're not holding him on by any means, so it's not much of a threat. And the 1-2 well outside. Lucky to keep that one in front as Kelly stuck the paw out.
You know, and way to battle back. Down 0-2, takes those 2 pitches. Now you're back even in the count with nothing away. You got a runner on second and first. Now's the time to produce here for Thomas.
And the 2-2. Jammed inside, pushes that one the other way, foul. And the count will stay where it is, 2-2.
Keep battling. That's all you can do right here in these types of counts.
Brett Gwynn delivering some baseballs to the home plate umpire. He's getting loose on deck. Kreisen takes his lead off a second. Cruz off of first. With no outs, the infield is back. And the 2-2 pitch again, swung on and missed. Got him with the low stuff there, and Ziggy Thomas is out on strikes for the first out of the inning. Stepping in now, Brett Gwynn. 241 this season, 5 home runs, 15 runs batted in. Steps in from the left side against the righty Sarver. Got to think Northwest looking for the ground ball here to try and get out of this inning without any more damage being done. That first pitch is low.
Well, you know, they would be looking for the ground ball, but that's a few pitches now from Sarver there where it's just seemed like he really hasn't had much control. He's very on and off with the execution of that breaking ball. Would love to see how that changes within the next 2 outs here.
That 1-0 pitch bounced in as well. Runners retreat back to the bags. Brett Gwynn hit a walk-off homer earlier this year, called by our colleague Brett Rutherford. So a fellow Brett on that one. That was certainly a fun game.
You know, Gwynn, the two-way threat like we always talk about, able to go out there and produce on the mound and come back and do the same at the dish.
The Tallahassee Ohtani, is that what you're telling me?
Hey, you said it, not me, brother, but I will not disagree.
Strike called there. Patient at bat here for Brett Gwynn. And the 2-1 pitch. Taken on the outside for strike 2. So Gwynn yet to take the bat off the shoulder, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I mean, what a strike call from that umpire right there. Right? I mean, someone had to say it, but he loaded up on that thing.
That was an interesting part of the game. It seems you always talk about players feeding off the crowd, but especially at the big league level, you'll see home plate umpires do the exact same thing. Ground ball to Fritz. He's going to go to second for 1. Now to first, and Gwynn ran it out. Fielder's choice for Brett Gwynn as he legged it out to prevent the double play. It is Justin Cruz out on the force, and Kreisen gets down to third, and now it will be runners on the corners with 2 outs for the number 9 hitter, Aiden Keenan.
I mean, William, you know, he hits, he pitches, he legs out singles like that, or fielder's choices, I suppose. What can't Brett Gwynn do, really? People need to ask that question.
Yeah, it looked like I'm not going to say tailor-made double play ball, but it was there. But Gwynn really hustling it down the line and keeps the inning moving for the 9-hitter Keenan, as we said. Keenan this year hitting 190, no home runs, 6 batted in. Got a couple of starts here down the stretch. Appeared in 16 of the Eagles' 46 games, 21 at-bats heading into today. Takes that one seemingly outside, but I guess it caught the edge of the plate. But the end of the bat fouls that one near the on-deck circle beside the Raiders dugout. Heard from an assistant coach, Keenan, one of those real smart guys, not a grade, percent under 97, looking at the University of Florida maybe as the next stop for him. That pitch on 1 and 2 outside, and that'll keep it moving.
You know, Will, you mentioned that. That's a big part of this entire thing that we do here is I don't believe we discuss it enough, but the academic side of these athletes' lives.
And Keenan with some playing time here down the stretch, pops that one up. Right fielder Nichols comes in, and that one falls in front. A runner comes in to score, and they are going to get the out at third base. No, they're going to call him safe. Wow, Brett Gwynn getting down to third base, and how do you like that? So not only does a run come in to score, but the inning will continue. Brent Smith, a third baseman, not happy about that one, having some words with the field umpire. Head coach for Northwest coming out as well to argue his case.
Now I'm really wondering what's going to come of this here.
We've seen a couple ejections, a couple of skirmishes here at this field this year. Will Doug Martin be the next man to add his name to that list? Not quite yet, as he'll trot back to the dugout. And I don't know, Andrew, if you got a good look at that play. I mean,
our third base coach over there was not thrilled with Brett Gwynn's base running ability right there, it seemed. Which confuses me. I'm not sure if he decided to go too late or if he shouldn't have been going at all.
Well, with 2 outs running on contact, So I don't know if he, I missed it, if he kind of held up maybe at second and decided to make a late rally to third, or was running it out of the, right off the bat. But a bloop double as they come for Aiden Keenan, and now the lineup turns back over to Smakowski, who pops that one high up. Will it stay in play? The catcher trying to shield the sun away from his eyes, and Kelly makes the grab for the third and final out. So as much as Northwest protesting that call, they get the out a play later, not before. The Eagles got a couple of runs on the board. A solo shot for Andrew Fernandez and a high bloop double by Keenan that brings in Ethan Kreisen. We've played 2 full. Eagles lead now 2-0.
Community College presents Rock the Roost, starring Luke Bryan.
Yeah, that's my kind of night.
Luke Bryan. It goes live Saturday, July 23rd on campus at TCC with special guest
There was this girl,
Riley Green.
drink in her hand. Shoot me and let's get into trouble, grand.
Tickets are on sale now at rocktheroosttcc.com. Luke Bryan, live, produced by Tallahassee Community College and Adams Entertainment.
So after an exciting offensive inning, to say the least, Ethan Fireved back out on the mound. He's up to 3 strikeouts through 2 shutdown innings. It's the 7, 8, 9 hitters due up Mason Jans to start things off. Fouled that one to begin. Mason Jans this season, 323. No home runs, 13 runs batted in. Oh, one strong fastball, and all Jans could do was watch it go by. So even after an inning where 7 Eagles came to the dish, a couple long at-bats, Fireved sitting in the dugout. He's coming out strong to begin the third.
I mean, I've said this about Fireved for a few starts now, but, you know, the way he starts his at-bats against opponents, the way he manages, you know, through the sequencing and stuff, it really is masterful. He leads off early attacking and is able to nibble around to get those swings and misses without really wasting wasting too many pitches, I should say.
And I think something to it as well, the rhythm that he and Ethan Kreisen has been able to form. Seems like they're always on the same page. Kreisen, I think, does a good job of calling games, but maybe with Fireved particularly, that breaking ball didn't quite break enough, and it's outside for ball 2.
Now, William, that pitch, just time that release a little better. That's a strikeout pitch every day of the week.
That was a frisbee right there.
That was some crazy movement, even on a missed pitch. Nice little warning shot.
Absolutely let him know what's coming. Has been strong with the fastball and goes to the spinner there again and couldn't quite catch the zone either. Umpire puts up 2-2.
Two balls, 2 strikes here.
From the right-handed hitter to begin the inning for Jans, Easterbrook, and Casto. The 2-2 And that one put into play. The shortstop Smekoski kneels to get it and throws to first and got the throw a half step ahead of the speedy center fielder Jans to retire him for the first out.
He was shot out of a cannon, William. I honestly did not see that speed coming from anywhere.
He might have the fastest home to first speed in anyone in this game.
That was ridiculous. That was such a close play.
And it was a kind of a slow roller, too. I mean,
Indeed.
Smekoski had time to let it come to him and
Right.
a nice throw to get it, but just in time. Now it will be Cade Easterbrook, the left fielder. Easterbrook this year, 297, 3 home runs, 17 batted in. Tried to lay the bunt down, but he went through, and that's strike one.
You know, that's kind of back to what I was saying earlier. Just attacking early, getting in there, getting ahead of hitters early is so vitally important.
Lefty on left at the bottom of the order.
Already got him down to 2 strikes. No, was that? Oh,
That was a high bouncer.
goodness.
And we bring up righty lefty matchups, but with Firevet, with the kind of pitch selection he has, I don't know if it matters because he can attack both sides of the plate really well. That one
Indeed.
bounced in again. I believe that makes the count 2-1. Indeed. And he went around there, kind of an excuse me swing. And there's the 2-ball, 2-strike count coming up.
Great pitch right there to get himself back in this at-bat. Find the driving wheel again.
Pitching with a 2-0 lead here in the third. 9-inning game here today. The Saturday doubleheaders are no more. And that one towards the right side. The first baseman, Gwynn, ranges out. Can they get it to Firevet in time? And he's safe. Tag goes to the runner, and I think Easterbrook might have got it. That was a throw, or rather a ground ball that took Gwynn off the first base bag. And you know, Firevet did a good job, I think, of getting to the bag, but with Easterbrook, not in time. Called an infield hit. First hit, first base runner, first anything for the Raiders today. Wyatt Cousteau, the second baseman. Cousteau in 28 at-bats, hitting 107. No home runs, 2 runs batted in. A runner on with 1 out. There's a strong fastball. Firevet pitching out of the stretch for the first time today.
You know, William, the more I think about that last infield single that we just called, the more I wonder, you know, why feel the need to make that toss? You know, just
Take it himself, you think?
I feel like the better idea would have been to take it himself. But again, you know, we're up here, they're down there. Just asking questions. Someone has to.
Throw over to first. Gwynn applying the tag, but able to get in is Easterbrook.
You know, Firevet's pickoff move all year has been scary for those runners over on first.
And that's one of the things as a left-handed pitcher they talk about. Got to have that great pickoff move, and that's one of the things that he has in his repertoire. Easterbrook flinching off first, and a high fly ball brings Josh Pagozzo in, makes the grab for out number 2, and that does it for the Raiders the first time through the order. They get 1 hit and nothing else. They strike out 3 times. So runner on first with 2 outs as we go back to the top, and Blake Cavill, who flew out to left to begin the game.
You know, a big thing about Cavill that I did not mention last time is he has drawn 38 walks, team leader in walks this season. Really kind of adding to that importance of him at the leadoff spot in the lineup for the Raiders.
He is one of only 2 players that have played in all 47 games for Northwest this season, him and Cherokee Nichols, both in the lineup today. Cavill an on base of 500 even.
Great to hear our active fans are out here today. Obviously, we do keep a microphone just outside so the viewers at home can get a sense of the type of energy here at Eagle Field.
The pop of the mitt, the ring of the bat. Throw to first.
That one was goodness. He's got to keep his head up over there.
Easterbrook this season 2 for 2 in stolen base attempts. But, you know, you get the tying run to the plate with 2 outs. I don't know that they think about sending Easterbrook, but at least just try and get in Fireved's head if they can. Delivers a pitch low, and it's 2-0.
You know, with 2 away, you kind of got to block out that runner if you can and just focus on the batter. Focus on what you control.
And that one lined sharply to right, gets past the glove of Brett Gwynn, collected by Thomas. Runner goes down to third in Easterbrook. And that hot shot off the bat by Blake Cavill makes it runners at the corners with 2 outs and puts the tying run on base.
In steps the other 47 gamer, as we talked about, Cherokee Nichols.
Grounded out to Aiden Keenan his first time.
Still here with 2 outs, you know, a lot of opportunity on both ends, both for the Raiders and the Eagles. Be big for Fireved's momentum moving into the next inning if he can shut this down.
First pitch misses 1-0.
I know I said it when we first started, William, but what a gorgeous day it is.
It is, that's for sure. And that one outside gets past Kreisen. Runner at third will stay, but the man at first, Cavill, will get down to second. That one gets through his knees.
You know, 2-0 just got to battle back here on the mound. Got to find your rhythm again. Just remember, you got 2 away. This is the only out you need. Guy at the dish.
Big spot here now as the tying run is in scoring position. And the 2-0 Kreisen sets up outside and secures the call, 2-1.
Great pitch right there to get himself back in this at-bat, find his rhythm again.
Yeah, because unless you just put Nichols on first, which I don't think they have any thoughts of doing, you got to give him something to hit in a 2-ball count. And a big fastball there to, as you said, dig yourself back into it. Time called.
And, you know, especially with it being the top of the order, behind Nichols, you got Austin Kelly, who did strike out last time, but that doesn't mean he's any less of a threat with bases loaded.
Yeah, sluggers all over the top of this lineup. And so the first real test for Fireved today. And a big swing and foul off. And now Fireved 1 strike away from getting out of this without a scratch.
Just one more right here would be huge. Go into this inning, or exit this inning with a clean slate, so to speak.
Drop that big looper curveball here?
I don't know. I'm not sure if if that feel is on for him right now. Might have to just re-attack with the heater, get really in the zone. You know, give him something. You know, make your defense work for you a little bit. Not sure.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on.
In the second inning. Oh, at top third, I suppose. My bad.
And a swing and a miss. Kreisen throws down to first to complete the strikeout, and he does. Raiders get a couple of runners on, including the tying run in scoring position, but Fireved comes up big, climbing back in a 2-0 count and striking out Cherokee Nichols for the third and final out. We're through 2.5 now. Eagles still holding on to that 2-0 lead.
Tallahassee Community College has been named as one of the top 10 community colleges in the nation. The Aspen Institute recognizes institutions from across the country that have exceptional achievements and a total commitment to improving student outcomes. The college was recognized as one of the nation's premier community colleges, eligible to compete for the prestigious $1 million Aspen Prize for Community College Excellence because of its focus on student access and success, its workforce training initiatives, a seamless and high transfer rate to four-year colleges and universities, and its many varied and productive community partnerships. This recognition from the Aspen Institute is a testament to the wonderful work of the faculty, staff, and leadership at Tallahassee Community College.
That's fun.
It'll be Josh Pagozzo to start the bottom of the third. Pagozzo, Dinges, Fernandez, top of the order, due up as TCC looks to add on to their lead. First pitch strike delivered by Joel Sarver. Pagozzo struck out his first time. That was after the caught stealing by Smikoski. That went outside. That was a beautiful frame attempt. I'll give him credit for that by Austin Kelly, but too far outside for the home plate umpire to buy it. That one chopped. Third baseman Smith. Low throw to first, but got him. Out number one.
Dinja stepping in here is going to be big. Got to keep that offensive momentum moving throughout this inning, especially coming off the last inning. You know, you put up a two-spot, a lot of singles, the homer as well. Need to keep the bats hot, especially early in the ball game, and drive Sarver out of this game early.
I would agree with you there that is a key. Try and dig into this bullpen if you can. And not only that, but you tagged 7 runs on this guy in less than 3 innings the last time.
Great take right there by Dinges.
That one outside and fouled back.
You know, William, every time a foul ball is hit towards, back and right, I always kind of flinch a little bit because of that one hole in our netting. Never know. We've seen it happen once. Never know if he'll find that hole again.
That one popped high in the sky. Right fielder Nichols comes in towards the line and makes the catch a couple of feet in front of it. To retire Dinges, there's 2 gone. The man of the hour, Andrew Fernandez, steps in, 2 outs, bases empty. Hit his 7th home run of the year and his only at bat today.
Why not 8?
Why not 8? One of 3 hitters hitting lefty against Sarver. 2 switch hitters, and Fernandez and Gwynn, and the true lefty, and Ziggy Thomas backs out of the way of that one. That one popped up as well. Left fielder Easterbrook taking a couple steps in and makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down go the Eagles in the bottom of the third. Ethan Fireved will be back on to protect the 2-0 lead. I don't want to out him, but my broadcast partner Andrew Larkin went down the concession stand to go get a snack. I enjoyed a barbecue sandwich and some fries before the game. If you've ever been out to Eagle Field, you know how good that food is. It will be Austin Kelly to start the fourth. First pitch to him, and that one grounded right to the second baseman Fernandez, and he short arms to first for the first out. 4-3 on the ground ball from Kelly. 1 out, bases empty for Carlos Guzman. Struck out looking in his only time. Part of that order where Fireved was lacing down those nasty fastballs that these Raiders hitters didn't quite know what to do with. Facing him for the second time. And puts that one down the middle for strike 1. Heart of the order, 3, 4, and 5 due up here in the Raider fourth. Big game as both teams are tied for second place in the Panhandle Conference at 11 and 10. That one missing high and away. And with the schedules that these two teams have next, this could ultimately be the difference. After this, TCC has a couple of games against Pensacola State, who is 16 and 28 overall, 6 and 16 in conference play. That one in the air, but right to Pagoza, who takes a step in, then a couple of back, and makes the snag for out number 2. Now it will be Brant Smith, struck out looking as well, his only time. And then for Northwest, after today, they'll have to play a couple of games with Chipola. That is 36 and 12 overall, 15 and 6 in conference play. And that is about as hard as a test as they come. So not only do you get the head-to-head here today, but a massive advantage overall. That one outside. Northwest win yesterday in Niceville made it so that today could not be a clinching game for TCC. Couple of pitches outside to Smith, and it's 2-0. That one got a piece. So a couple of pitches outside, then Fireved tries to work inside and hits a batter first time today. Puts a runner on with 2 outs now for A.J. Fritz. Flew out to right. His only time. What'd you go with, Andrew? I saw you got the hot dog. That one laced into left. Cruz is going to have to go to the wall to play out the carom to get it. Throw in third, but everyone's going to be safe. Double for A.J. Fritz moves Smith over to third.
Well, William, glad to be back, first off. Second off, I think it's notable to mention that we are again in a 2-out with 2-on situation that is facing Ethan Firevid. I don't see why he doesn't get out of this again, right?
Well, this time the pressure will be on you, not me.
I suppose so.
It'll be Mason Jans, who almost ran out a 6-3 ground ball.
And for the record, I went with a hot dog and a hamburger.
What'd you put on the hot dog?
Oh, just classic ketchup.
Okay.
And I got a Dr. Pepper and a water, of course.
Everyone has different takes on the hot dog. I know that. Can be a divisive issue up here this year. First pitch to Jans is called a strike.
Now the question remains in what goes on the burger.
That's a good question.
Personally, I'm a pickles, mustard, and ketchup man myself. Big pickle guy.
Can't argue with that. The 0-1. Wave and a miss.
Fireved with 2 to the batter now, and 2 away, and 2 on, in the top of the 4th. Stop me if you've heard it before with a different inning.
I think we were just here just a moment ago. And that I think you talked about that in the bottom of the 3rd, that even though TCC had the lead, it seemed like the Raiders were starting to get the momentum back on their side, and this is the 2nd straight inning where they get the tying run and scoring position. Now,
absolutely.
If Ethan's able to get out of it, then maybe you say you get the momentum for stopping him twice, but this is 2 innings in a row where Northwest has a major threat.
Of course, absolutely. And, for Fireved here, the major thing, not just for Fireved, but also for the Eagles, is being able to, how many times he can plug those leaks, so to speak, and how many times are we able to capitalize on that as an offense. Really, the important aspect is the give and take, defensively and offensively.
The one thing with Jans, if it's a slow ground ball, defense has got to have their head on a swivel because he is going to be bucking it down that first base line. But couple of Eagles defenders jumping up and down. They wanted that call awfully bad. I'm not sure where it missed.
That makes 2 of us, Will. Got to be honest with you. I've watched a lot of baseball. I think you have as well. Really, the zone hasn't changed, but I just don't know where that one didn't hit the zone.
Well, I had the end of the inning call teed up. That's how sure of it I was. But
wow,
you're gonna have to make another good pitch on 1 and 2 to finish things off for good. And can Ethan come back? And that one tapped, comebacker to the mound. Fireved's gonna run almost all the way over to the bag and short underarm toss to Brett Gwynn to end it. So for the 2nd straight time, Northwest gets runners at 2nd and 3rd, and once again they leave them there. And we are still in a 2-0 game.
Community College presents Rock the Roost, starring Luke Bryan.
Yeah, that's my kind of night.
Luke Bryan. It goes live Saturday, July 23rd on campus at TCC with special guest
There was this girl,
Riley Green.
drink in her hand. Shoot me and let's get into trouble, grin.
Tickets are on sale now at rocktheroosttcc.com. Luke Bryan, live, produced by Tallahassee Community College and Adams Entertainment.
William Haynes and Andrew Larkin here bringing you this Saturday afternoon affair. 2-0 score in the bottom of the fourth. It'll be the catcher, Ethan Kreisen, to lead things off. Kreisen, Cruz, and Thomas. And if we can look back to the previous half inning, what a great job by Firevid to keep his composure after that not strike call and come back with another great pitch to end the inning.
Well, I was just about to bring that up with you too, William. You know, you say that, but we look back. Seems that Firevid was having a few side conversations with the Raiders, a little bit of the Raiders bench, including the home plate umpire, who he felt had robbed him. What a great frame job by that catcher right there.
He's had a couple of those for sure. I pointed that out earlier and is able to get the call there.
Yeah, that one, I can't say I saw that one ending up a strike. William?
That one too far outside. So Kreisen stays alive. Singled his last time. That was that second inning where they had the leadoff homer, then back-to-back singles. A double mixed in there as well, and what ultimately ended up being a 2-run inning, which is where we are now. A pitch high evens it out at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Kreisen doing a good job of holding in there. So this is farther than Sarver made it against TCC his last time. Just 2 1/3.
Wow.
Back on April 3rd, that one fouled out of play.
Kreis reached out and poked that just a little bit.
And that was his only appearance against Tallahassee this year. So uncharted waters for Joel Sarver.
I have to chuckle because that is a little bit funny to think about. Fourth inning is uncharted waters for a starter.
That one missing high, and the count goes full.
You know, that does mean that we've had great offensive success against them. And I don't see why we don't continue it today. It might be the fourth, and, might be a little later than Sarver's used to, but let's just say we keep it rolling.
They had a chance to deliver, if as much as you can call it a knockout blow, as that one is absolutely raced foul down the left side.
It's these types of at-bats where, as a hitter, you kind of have to, no matter what the outcome is, you can look back and say, I did my job. You're extending the pitch count, you're staying alive, making him work for it. Really, you get to a full count, and I think that's always considered a successful at-bat. Oh, my.
That one high in the air. Yesterday in Niceville, when these two teams played, Northwest only used 2 pitchers. Caleb Reese went 4. Brandon Smith went the final 5. So if it's a situation where Sarver is close to the end of the line, not that we're saying he is, but it seems like they'd be in decent enough shape. If they've got to go to that bullpen, I don't see anyone warming up just yet. And that one just right past the glove of the third baseman Smith, and it stays fair. Dinging it out of the wall is Easterbrook, and Kreisen will be jogging into second base, standing up with a leadoff double.
Wow, what a great piece of hitting by Kreisen right there. Worked himself back into the full count and just capitalized on that missed pitch inside. Hammered it down the line. Beautiful piece of hitting all around. Great stuff from him.
Kreisen 2 for 2. Maybe taking out some of his frustration with some of those ball strike calls on that swing of the bat. And now Justin Cruz, who has a hit himself with a runner at second base and nobody out. Infield, corners of the infield come in, as I believe they did last time as well. That one high in the air. First baseman and catcher converge, and it is Cavill to make the grab in foul territory, and there's out number 1. So they let Cruz swing away, pop out. And here is Ziggy Thomas with 1 gone, struck out swinging his only time. Lefty on righty advantage.
Thomas, he did go down swinging, but he did have a great at-bat, really extended that count, really worked it. And, it was a big spot for him right there, and maybe he can kind of redeem himself now. With Kreisen on second there, Not so much going on the base pass, but still great chance for him to come up big for the Eagles.
First one high and away. Missing for ball 1. Sarver 11 walks to 66 strikeouts, so control for him has been somewhat of a calling card.
That's interesting to think about, William.
Has yet to walk any batters here today, and that one is put into center field. Taking a couple steps in is Jans. Kreisen thought about tagging up from second, maybe just to force the throw, and then backs into second base.
You know, he had me fooled, William. I really thought he was going to send it there.
Yeah, I think the strategy is see there, just try and get Jans to just rip it down to third, and maybe the ball gets loose, and then you can come in. But, you know, if you know you're going to stay at second, at least force the throw. But he'll stay at second now with 2 outs, and it'll be Brett Gwynn ran out a potential inning-ending double play in the second.
Now, our partner, Brett Rutherford, will always be the one to bring it up. But, you know, we haven't brought it up yet today. Affectionately called Big Bird by his teammates.
Wow. I could see that, especially with the yellow jersey on today. Really helps paint the picture.
Two away. Big spot for Gwynn to redeem himself here at the dish.
And that one lined on the ground to first. Cabell has it, takes it himself to retire the side. Kreisen, a leadoff double. Eagles leave him there through 4 full on TCC Eagles and TCC Eagles YouTube channel. Kreisen back, or Ethan Firevid back out for inning number 5. It'll be the bottom of the order, Easterbrook and Cousteau, before it turns back over for a 3rd time. Kate Easterbrook today, 1 for 1.
Don't worry, though. Kreisen is still behind the dish.
They're both named Ethan, so the confusion is understandable, and Kreisen had a double in the past inning, but Firevid here misses outside to begin the 5th. Strong fastball lined right up the middle. Smakowski does a great job to get to it, and that throw is over the glove of Brett Gwynn, but he trips. Wow, safe at first base. Easterbrook tripped. I thought about going to second. It was, I think, Kreisen that had played the carry him off maybe the Raider dugout, and they almost got him out at first.
Blew a tire there running over the base, it seems. Hopefully he's all right. Definitely is going to need a second to recover there. Hit the ground pretty hard. And got to respect Kreisen still trying to make that play, get the out. Absolute dedication to the out right there. It seems as though, unfortunately, though, Mr. Easterbrook is going to have to take a second. We'll make sure he's all right. Trying to walk it off, it seems. You know, when plays like that happen, you know, obviously it's going to shake you up. Just depends on how quickly you can recover from it, if you need a pinch runner or not.
And looks like he'll stay on first base, knowing that he's 2 for 2 today. Leadoff hit. First time today that the Raiders had gotten the leadoff hitter aboard.
And that was, you know, I think that the stumbling, so to speak, did almost take away a little bit from what a grab by Smikoski right there to keep it out of the outfield.
That is true. Whizzed right by the head of Firevid, and Smikoski ranging over towards second base.
That is indeed the unfortunate aspect. But great range to stop that ball from moving forward.
Wyatt Cousteau now flew out to center. Chops that one right out to the mound. Firevid goes to second for one, and the bouncer into first base is not in time. Nice job by Gwynn to scoop it out of the dirt.
Even better job by Firevid to have that heads-up defense right there. Go to second with it. Try to get two. Why not?
So they get the leadoff base runner.
You know, one thing people often forget is pitchers are indeed athletes too, William. They can make athletic plays.
Firevid no exception now as the lineup moves over. Blake Cavill, 1 for 2. Singled and moved to second on a pass ball in the third. Check-in throw to first. Diving back in is Cousteau. The Big Bats get their third look at Ethan Firevid. Now comes home, and that one a bit low, I suppose. Eagles infield in double play positioning. Throw to first. And safe again.
You know, William, it's around this time of year that I really I love what's going on. Just outside of here at Eagle Field, you know, you look across the slate of professional sports today, we have a full slate in what seems like every sport.
Yeah, we do. Another throw to first. I mean, we were watching it up in the press box. Miguel Cabrera get the 3,000th hit of his legendary career. NBA playoffs going on, NFL draft next week.
NHL winding up for the playoffs right here. You know, you got Bruins-Rangers going on right now, top of the conference. The regular season of the MLB is indeed hitting its stride, and I am so happy about that. You know, we were discussing it earlier as that one's fouled off. But it was about a week ago now. I was up until about 1:30 watching a West Coast Dodgers-Braves game just because of how close and exciting it was. And I'm not a fan of the Dodgers nor the Braves. It was just such a good game. It had me up that late. And I think it was a nice reminder that, you know, baseball is indeed so back.
It's that time of year. When this Eagle season began, that was in the midst of kind of an ugly major league lockout, and you know, we were the only game in town there for a little bit. As that one is not called a strike either, and it's 2-1.
And you can, you know, you can hear the fans, our passionate Eagle fans out there expressing their distaste with that call as well.
But that's tough after you make a couple of big pitches and the count is not in your favor. Still another throw to first. So it seems like they're pretty occupied with Cousteau.
They are indeed. And you know, William, what do you think about that? Do you think he should focus more on getting Cavill down, or should he just let the plays unfold as they come?
Well, Cousteau is 1 for 2 in stolen base attempts. It's not like it's the tying run. But if they think he's taking too big a lead off of first, you know, there's something you can do about it. That one fouled just off the right field line. And once again, potentially Fire Red looking for the put away on 2-2. That last curveball they had a couple of pitches ago looked really well, just didn't get the call their way. But I think maybe if you can drop it in there again. Went with the heater there, bounced off of Kreisen. Runner Cousteau will head down to second anyway. So you've got a full count and a runner at second here with one out. Second passed ball on Kreisen today.
Huge pitch here coming to Cavill.
The payoff. Fastball swung on and chopped towards the right side. Fernandez goes to first for the out. Cousteau heads on down to third.
You know, yet again, William, we find ourselves in a situation with a runner on third and 2 outs in the inning. See how Firevet responds again.
Third time in a row that at least that has occurred. And you wonder if that factors into, you know, his pitch count when the time comes today that he's going to be pulled. Some high-stress pitches these last couple innings with some runners on. Not just your breezy, quick 1-2-3s that he was having on early on.
And, you know, William, personally, I think he has been able to rise up to the pressure all day, and I can't wait to see him, hopefully, continue to do that as this game moves forward.
First one misses by a bit. And that factors into his pitch count as well when, you know, you're not getting all the calls going your way and continuing at bats a little deeper than usual. That one inside, diving stop by Kreisen.
You know, it is only about, you know, low 80s out, but that sun is really beaming down. You have to wonder how much of a factor that's playing on these guys right now. Not just the Eagles, but also the Raiders. You know, how exhausted are they getting early, if they are at all?
This Tallahassee sun this time of year is certainly doing its thing.
Wow.
Looper inside. We had that softball yesterday. I had some of our equipment overheating. That's just to give you an idea of the weather up here these days.
To interrupt the weather discussion real quick, that pitch, the movement on that pitch was absurd.
Oh, there's no doubt it's moving today.
Wow.
And there's
Wow.
ball 4 called. So a 4-pitch walk to Cherokee Nichols with 2 outs. Runners at the corners for Austin Kelly, who's 0 for 2. That's the first walk of the day issued by either side.
You know, William, for the second time today, I'm going to have to look at you and say, I don't know where that pitch missed.
And that's the conventional wisdom, however you want to say, is, you know, when the pitcher's not pounding the strike zone, you're not as likely to get borderline calls. But that's the case here is just, well, he wasn't getting borderline calls, so he's not going to give him the borderline call on 3-0. So it's that snowball effect.
I suppose
Put him
so.
in a bad spot there. Gwynn holding the runner at first. That one chopped to Fernandez. Sticks the glove out high, throws to first to retire the side. So all that aside, including Firevet's first walk, he gets through 5 scoreless and keeps his Eagles in front. Bottom of the fifth, Joel Sarver still in the game. And he will face Aiden Keenan, the 9-hitter, before turning back over to Zmakoski and Pagozzo. Eagles still up 2-0 for 3 innings in a row. The Raiders leave 2 men on base. And so you got to think it might take more than 2 runs to come out on the right side of things. And it's up to this lineup to add some insurance. Keenan tries to lay the bunt down.
First pitch, lead off, laying it down. Interesting.
He doubled his first time, but that was a bloop hit into shallow right that the Raiders had trouble with. That one missing outside. About the only strikes that Sarver has gotten to right-handed hitters on that outside part of the plate are the called variety. Not a lot of swing and miss on that side. Foul ball there. And a cut and a miss. Strike 3, Keenan back to the dugout. A 4th punch out for Sarver today. Now the lineup back over. It's Zmakoski's 3rd time. He's 1 for 2, caught stealing after a single in the first. Made a couple of plays at shortstop already this afternoon. Swinging at that first pitch, and it's fouled off. And did get him with the pitch down and away there. And it's quickly 0-2.
You know, Will, earlier you were mentioning our Eagles softball game that we were – I wasn't in attendance, but you were, of course. What's nice about these Eagle home games is you're always able to see the softball team out here and supporting the baseball team.
Yeah, that's right. There was a couple basketball players there yesterday as well. It was sophomore night for the softball team. So all the sports here do a great job of supporting each other. You'll see them all at all kinds of games.
Great take right there by Zmakoski. That one seemingly fell over the table.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Jason Zmakoski. And that one missing outside, popped out of the mitt of Kelly as well. And the count full.
You know, we were kind of getting into this discussion earlier, William, and I was kind of thinking about it. You brought up Miguel Cabrera's 3,000th hit. Earlier we were chatting about how I witnessed Derek Jeter's 3,000th hit live on television. Great take right there by Zmakoski.
There's ball 4, the first walk issued by Sarver today. There's a 1-out base runner. And up comes Pagozzo, who today's 0 for 2.
And that kind of brings me to what I was going to say. You know, I don't think we ever thoroughly got into it, but outside of those two, what would you say are the most notable baseball landmarks that you've witnessed, whether live or in person or?
There's been some no-hitters. I mean, there was a ton last year alone. Like, you know,
Right.
I saw Giolito's. You get the alerts and you watch the end of the game. I can't say any that I have been in person for. There was a couple of Rays games that I went to last year. There was a large winning streak. I think the Rays had won like 15 or 16 in a row, and I was at the game that they lost to end the streak. There was a game where Tyler Glasnow took a no-hit bid, I think, into the 8th inning, and he gave up a home run. So for me, it's been close, but no cigar. I haven't gotten like a historic moment live like that.
That's fair. That's fair.
Kicking up dust is Zmakoski over there off the first base bag.
Oh
Throw
my.
down to first. He had that big lead, and the field umpire is going to call him safe as he sticks the foot out to the bag.
Seems
And they're going to come out and meet with Sarver. Will that be the end of the day for him? We'll see if he gets the baseball. Head coach Doug Martin out.
outside of the 3,000 hit mark, I would say I think the most notable things I've watched live on TV for me personally, 4 of the 6 Patriots Super Bowls, the most recent World Series. I was a little too young to remember. I do remember when they won it in 07 and 13, but just don't recall it as vividly. I do recall watching David Ortiz hit one of his home runs at Fenway Park on his road to, I believe it was 400 career homers. I've seen Nathan Eovaldi pitch live, which I always consider a great achievement. 3rd place in Cy Young voting last year. People forget.
And that's the beauty of being a Boston sports fan, I suppose. There's so many great memories you can't remember them all. That one lays foul to right.
William, you have no idea. It's so difficult trying to recall, which Super Bowl happened, which one. Oh, did we win that one? Yeah, we did. It's a lot of memories that you got to dig through there.
Tampa Bay sports have gotten better on the right side of things, but yeah, for a large portion of my childhood, it was a lot of misery across the board. Before Brady came down to Tampa, they had the lowest winning percentage in professional sports.
Oh, everyone recalls, William.
Hard to forget.
It is.
Tallahassee royalty, Jameis Winston spent 5 years down there.
He could make a legitimate run for mayor in the city, and I don't see why he wouldn't win.
I tend to agree with you there. He played baseball at FSU.
This is true.
That was a thing that some people forget, that if Alabama had let him play baseball, he might have spent time in Tuscaloosa rather than Tallahassee. But it was Jimbo Fisher that said, sure, you can come here and play baseball as well if that's what you want to do. And so that's how Florida State got the Heisman Trophy winner.
Our third base coach just narrowly avoided that foul liner. Jumped perfectly out of the way right there.
You could tell he's had some practice doing that.
Oh, for sure.
There's some acrobatics involved in that third base coach's box. Long at bat here to Josh Pagozzo, and that one foul, and we'll continue it.
This at bat has been extended quite a while, but this is exactly what you want. You want to make Sarver go deep into the game. You want his pitch count to be high, especially considering he hasn't gone deeper than 3 prior to today. You want to see if we can limit him to 5. And, with Smikowski's speed on first, and now we've got Pagozzo in the box with a 2-2 count, I don't see why we don't go ahead and extend that 2-0 lead, because as you said earlier, is 2-0 going to be enough to extend into this game as their offense keeps striking back and seemingly putting runners in scoring position?
Another foul ball down the left side. Sarver is actually second on the team in innings pitched this year with 54. And Pagozzo pops that one up. It gets out of play.
Well, I didn't hear it hit the roof of the press box, which leads me to believe, and hopefully, no cars were harmed in the fouling off of that baseball.
Or officially in car alarm watch. So Sarver has gone 3 or 4 times. He went 7 his last time out on April 16th. So he has had some length. He's only given up 2 runs to this point. And that one will get out of play down the right side.
Do we have I've lost. I got to be very transparent with you. I'm not sure what pitch number this is in the at-bat.
Nor do I.
Got to be at least 10, right?
Yeah, I think base runners and innings is the metrics that we can follow most closely. That slow ball was high.
I just got an update from our broadcast engineer here.
Noah Hapner.
Indeed. Speaking of Miguel Cabrera, that Tigers game is 13-0 Tigers over the Rockies, just barely squeaking it by.
And they're going to say that one went foul on full count. Yeah, we were pointing out, probably one of the first full crowds at Comerica Park in quite a while, the energy in that building, and I guess it rolled over to the Tigers' entire team as they're steamrolling. A Rockies team, last time I checked, I think they were first place in the National League West.
Are they really right now?
Last time I saw, they're up there. I think it's all 3 or 4 of those teams are right neck and neck. Runner goes.
Oh, my.
Ground ball lined right to short. and
That's
that
not
will
what you
end the
want.
inning.
Not what you want right there.
Yeah, caught a bad break, and so that will end the inning after the one-out walk. A lengthy at-bat for Josh Pagozzo, and the double play to end the inning through 5 full now. Eagles lead 2-0.
Tallahassee Community College has been named as one of the top 10 community colleges in the nation. The Aspen Institute recognizes institutions from across the country that have exceptional achievements and a total commitment to improving student outcomes. The college was recognized as one of the nation's premier community colleges, eligible to compete for the prestigious $1 million Aspen Prize for Community College Excellence because of its focus on student access and success, its workforce training initiatives, a seamless and high transfer rate to four-year colleges and universities, and its many varied and productive community partnerships. This recognition from the Aspen Institute is a testament to the wonderful work of the faculty, staff, and leadership at Tallahassee Community College.
Top of the 6th, Guzman, the DH, to lead it off. Today he is 0 for 2. First pitch off the plate for ball 1.
Bless you. Great pitch right there.
There's a strike call.
You know, I just opened the window nearest to me here in the press box. Hopefully the breeze doesn't pick up too much. We've got a nice slight wind going here, enough to keep it cool in here.
Now in the late afternoon, I believe this is Carlos Guzman. He's wearing number 28. The online roster and my scorebook both have 27.
I'm going to have to go with it. The lineup we are given has Brant Smith following him, and Brant Smith would indeed be in the on-deck circle.
So I think we are where we need to be. I mean, you pinch hit for the DH, you don't notice it in the field, but Guzman has been a good hitter for them this year, and he knocks that one to left, and that once again is going to get the leadoff runner aboard. Second straight inning, the Raiders have been able to do that. And once again, Fireved will be put to the test right out of the gate. He'll be pitching from the stretch to face Brant Smith, who is 0 for 1 with a hit by a pitch.
You know, we were discussing the Rays in Tampa Bay and the Boston Red Sox. Some interesting headlines coming out tonight. Down in St. Petersburg, Garrett Whitlock making his first MLB career start at the Trop tonight.
And it was Tanner Houck was the one that tortured the Rays in the playoff series last year, right? Or was it Whitlock? I mean, everyone.
Yeah, indeed.
Everyone pitched well against the Rays in that series.
You could have said Adam Ottavino, and I would have said absolutely. You could have said.
Yeah, Brandon Lau, who was top 5 in MVP voting, went 0 for 18 in that series. And everything that could go wrong went wrong.
Thank you for reminding me Brandon Lau is top 5 MVP voting.
Some people forget. I mean, 39 home runs, 98, 99 runs batted in.
Wow, what a league. Baseball is the best.
I think Wander Franco is going to win it this year.
That's not a absurd argument. I will be very honest with you. That's not. Franco is indeed showcasing that he's starting to really grow into himself as a player, I think, and he is just amazing to watch on the day-to-day.
That one gets away from Kryzen. Guzman will get down to second base safely. And how are you scoring that one, Andrew?
We're going to have that one as a pass ball.
So the pass ball number 3 today against Kryzen. Firevids last time out, April 18th, went 4 1/3 against Gulf Coast. Can't get the call there, and it moves to 3-1.
I think this does raise an interesting point about umpiring in baseball. I think the number one thing players, fans, coaches, everyone involved kind of look for is just consistency. If you establish a part of the plate or another part of the plate, or you don't establish that part, the important part is consistently calling that as a strike or ball once you establish it. Really, consistency is what I would like to believe is the number one thing. Obviously being right is great, but as we know in baseball, every umpire seemingly has their own zone, despite the original batter's zone. I think that it's important to be consistent on behind the plate.
It's a full count to Brant Smith. Runner at second, nobody out. Trying to keep the potentially tying run from getting on base, and that one is fouled back. Yeah, that's what most players will tell you, that the consistency, because at least they can adjust to whatever the zone is. But if the zone isn't clear, then you can't adjust to it.
Yeah, getting a strike on the same spot as you got a ball a little bit ago is obviously confusing and, more importantly, very frustrating on both ends, hitter and batter.
Yeah, I give Firevet a lot of credit, because sometimes you'll see a pitcher will go awry because there's a couple of missed calls, but he's come back pretty much on every single one of those. That one is going to stay fair down the first base side. Gwynn steps on the bag to retire Smith. Guzman gets down to third with less than 2 outs, so the Raiders probably have one of their best chances to score a run all day, and it will be A.J. Fritz at the plate. He is 1 for 2 with a double.
Firevet requesting a new ball for Mr. Fritz. Big spot here for the Raiders. Runner on third. Down 2 with 1 away only. Now, obviously, the speedy Mason Jans on deck.
Fritz has 2 sacrifice flies this year. His third would score the first run of the day for his team. That first pitch gets the call on the outside edge.
Live update from the Bronx. It seems as though the Yankees have walked off the Guardians after the Guardians had a 1-run lead in the 9th. Narrowly escaping with a victory.
We've got an intense Guardians fan in the press box, so we had to let him know. Ground ball to Smakoski. Goes to his knee to get it. Long throw to first. And Brett Gwynn barely has to move at all to see that one into the glove. But coming in to score is Guzman, and just like that, the game is 2-1.
And in steps Mason Jans now, like we talked about, really has the ability to leg one out. And, bases are empty with 2 away, but behind Jans you got Easterbrook, Casteau, and then you're right back to the top with Cavill. And with 2 away, we've seen this lineup do some damage, especially down in the later parts of the order. They tend to find themselves on base and round out back to Cavill, Nichols, and Kelly.
If it stays a 1-run game, I have a hard time believing Firevid would see the lineup a 4th time through.
That is understandable. The third time through, as I think we've definitely discussed before, the second time through is kind of a nice true identification, seeing where they're going to lead through for the third. And then the third really tells you how they are.
Yeah, a lot of times you'll see, you you don't use all your pitches the first time through. Then second time you get deeper into your repertoire, and then the third time through, the guys know what they're going to get. And how about this as well? In 4 straight innings, the Raiders get all these runners aboard, and they finally bring a run across, a leadoff single. Pass ball gets them to second, ground ball gets them to third, and ground ball brings them home. That one off the glove of Fire Vet. Andrew Fernandez has it, and a beautiful defensive play by him to retire Jans and the side. It's a 1-run game now, 2-1 after the Raiders scratch across their first run of the day. Bottom of the 6th, we welcome you back into Eagle Field. William Haynes with the play-by-play alongside Andrew Larkin. Noah Hapner, our broadcast engineer. We've had some great MLB talk, but now, as we head into kind of the late stages, it's a 1-run game. Eagles desperately need some padding to this lead more than ever. Dingus lines that first one to right, and it will go foul. Dingus, Fernandez, Kreisen here in the Eagles 6th. It's the 3-4-5 hitters. And so a chance, Fernandez has a home run. Kreisen is 2 for 2, so maybe if you can get Dingus aboard as well, you can look to do some damage. And not to bury the lead, Joel Sarver back out for a 6th inning of work.
Very interesting decision. You and I both discussed that the second we saw him step back out there. Sarver, especially against us, not the most effective starter today. He's not doing obviously nothing to write home about, but nothing to complain about from Northwest side. Very interesting to leave him out here again, see through the lineup one more time, but hopefully this will work in the Eagles' favor as they are hopefully know what's coming this time. I don't see any – I do see action now, I suppose, now in the Northwest bullpen, so who knows if he'll finish this inning.
Big swing and a miss by Dingus brought it to 1-2, and now the pitch from Sarver fouled off the end of the bat. Yeah, as winter has turned to spring, those trees growing out there in front of the bullpen, and now we can't see the numbers out there anymore.
Makes it very difficult. I can't lie to you. Maybe we got to start bringing binoculars for Wednesday.
Big game next Wednesday for sure. Final home game of the season before hopefully they'll be going on to play some postseason games.
Well, that would be this coming Wednesday.
That one grounded to left. Smith has it from third and throws to first in time for out number 1.
The 27th, if I'm not mistaken in my dates.
Yes.
And William, I don't know about you. I am over the moon excited. Obviously, sad that the season does have to come to an end. It's never a thrill. But William, you and I, we're going to be suiting up.
I think we would have to. Depending on how things go, obviously, today and how things go on Monday, I mean, things could be clinched up by then, and then it's just a celebration kind of to close the year, the home schedule, all that. As that one is popped up. Shortstop Fritz drifting into shallow left and makes the grab. 2 gone. Yeah, I think you go for the suits. I think we did something like that for opening day. We did one of those early on in the year as well. It's always a good time. Been a great home schedule this year. Been an honor to do these games. Had a lot of people do some good work with us this year. Brett Rutherford, kind of the lead man. Obviously, Andrew Larkin doing the game with today. We had Max Rundy for a handful. Jackson Bakich, the whole lot. First pitch to Ethan Kreisen, and that's upstairs. And got a hold of that one. Out goes the center fielder, Jans, back towards the wall, and it's gone! Now Kreisen has left the yard. His 3rd hit of the day. And pushes the Eagles' lead back out to 2.
Ethan Kreisen does it right there. Like we talked about earlier, William, you know, such a valuable asset to this team on both sides of the field. And he extends that lead to 2 runs. Outstanding piece of hitting right there. Found the barrel through and through.
Home run number 3 of the year, RBI number 21. 3-1 Eagles lead.
And, you know, that kind of circles back to our discussion. Will Sarver see the end of this inning? You know, now with 2 away, I suppose, you know, with that lead being extended, do they make him, you know, it depends on really how the Eagles are offensively, and I guess that decides it.
Pushed bunt up the first base line from Justin Cruz, and Cavill easily able to end the inning, but not before Kreisen gets his 3rd home run of the year. It's back out to a 2-run lead. We're through 6, 3-1 Tallahassee.
Community College presents Rock the Roost, starring Luke Bryan.
Yeah, that's my kind of night.
Luke Bryan. It goes live Saturday, July 23rd on campus at TCC with special guest
There was this girl,
Riley Green.
drink in her hand. Shoot me and let's get into trouble, grand.
Tickets are on sale now at rocktheroosttcc.com. Luke Bryan, live, produced by Tallahassee Community College and Adams Entertainment.
Ethan Firevid back out for, at least to start, inning number 7 of work. I can't see any action in that bullpen. That doesn't mean that there isn't any. I just can't see it. It'll be Cade Easterbrook to lead things off. He's 2 for 2, and kind of continuing our discussion from the previous time Northwest was at the plate. So you have the 8 and 9 hitters here, but then the lineup back to the top a 4th time through. So now with the lead back out to 2, Firevid's got some breathing room. That one outside, I think, brought into the strike zone nicely by Kreisen. Starts off 0-1 to Cade Easterbrook.
You know, we see Coach McLeod coming back from that bullpen. You have to wonder if there is any action going on back there. I personally am not able to visibly see anything myself.
There's another strike call. key here, 2-run lead, just keep the runners off base the best you can. Don't let that potential snowball inning happen. Raiders have had a ton of chances where it looked like they were on the precipice of one, and then Firevid had to slam the door shut. And they're going to say, I think he went around there maybe, and he's out on strikes either way.
That breaking ball has just been working for him all day, up and down, fooling hitters. Spinning and dealing today, Ethan Firevid, ladies and gentlemen.
Strikeout number 5 of the day for him. Coming into today, 83 strikeouts in about 64 innings, to give you an idea. No longer a shutout, but still spinning a gem, I think we can both agree. First pitch is upstairs to Wyatt Cousteau, who today 0 for 2.
I mean, absolutely, without a doubt, William. 4 hits, 1 run. Now we're on inning number 7. Even if he stopped last inning, that's a great outing.
Attacked him with a fastball. Ground ball right up the middle, and no one can get to it. It's a base hit. Saw one of those in the last inning as well. Raiders hitters just getting it right up the gut, and that brings the tying run to the plate. And the leadoff hitter, Blake Cavill, today 1 for 3.
And that kind of, that was what I brought up earlier, how once they get to that end of the lineup, kind of seems as though it has happened every time now, where they will get a knock or 2 knocks on the bottom end of their lineup, and they'll flip right over, and in comes Cavill, Nichols, Kelly. Always puts us in tight spots. We haven't been in too threatening situations, or at least threatening situations that have resulted with much damage so far. So let's hope that dominance is able to continue on here in the later stages of this ballgame.
That first one backhanded by Kreisen, and that's something to mention about him, too. At least by our book, 3 passed balls, as now the assistant coach, or is that Mac? I think they're going to come out and talk to.
That would be Corey Pye, as Coach Mac is seemingly heading on back to the pen to check in on the farm back there.
So maybe give the reliever a little bit more time to warm up.
Indeed. We'll see if this is it, though.
And a nice stop there by Kreisen to keep in front and keep the runner from going to second. As we said, 3 pass balls by our book, but has come up huge on the offensive side of things. 3-hit day, a double, a home run, and that's what we talked about at the beginning of the day, that he's such a good two-way player that, maybe if he's off on one side of the ball, he's really going to come through for you on the other side.
This is true. This really is true. Kreisen's just one of those everyday, real reliable hitters and defensive guys. And, unfortunately, we've had a few mishaps today, but, I absolutely believe that what he's done at the dish and offensively more than makes up for it.
And next pitch is low, blocked by Kreisen, 2-0.
Now, I think ideally you're going to want, obviously, Firevid to finish this inning. But, I do have to wonder if that's really the plan, or if they just needed to buy that time, let the reliever warm up a little more. I would love to see him finish the inning. Maybe a nice little double play here. Nice 7 spot on the stat sheet is always nice to write home about.
It would be. He's gone deep into several games this year. The Eagles' ace.
Complete game shutout in that 7-inning game 1.
That's right. And he'll be huge for whatever the Eagles are able to accomplish down the stretch. He'll be headed to Pitt to play big-time baseball next year, as there's a strike called.
Great pitch right there, getting back in the zone. You want to, obviously, as you can hear from our fans who seem to have some high baseball IQ as well, you definitely want that ground ball. Flip a curveball on him on the inside half of the plate. Hope he rolls over on it and let your defense do the rest. And
ground ball right up the middle, stopped by the glove by Fernandez, and they got the out at second. Wow.
What a play, Andrew Fernandez. From the ground, tossing it from his chest for the out. Unfortunately, it couldn't turn 2. But sprawled out on the ground, just a shove over to Jason Smikowski for the out.
That's maybe the 3rd time today the Eagles have kept the ball in the infield that really shouldn't have been able to be kept in.
Andrew Fernandez coming up huge for the Eagles.
Put out goes 4-6 to retire Cousteau. Fielder's choice for Cavill. And now 1-on, 2 away for Cherokee Nichols, 0 for 2. worked the walk in his last time. So one more out. Firevet needs to get through the 7th, full working out of the stretch with a runner on. Cavill not taking a large lead off of first.
Just one more out for Ethan Firevet to go through 7.
And that one put in the air. The right fielder, Thomas, goes out right in front of the warning track, makes a running catch for out number 3, and Firevet departs from the mound for potentially the final time today. He's gotten through 7, allowing only 1 run, and he leaves with his Eagles in front by 2.
And we're back at Eagle Field here. Andrew Larkin here alongside William Haynes. We've got a new pitcher here for the Northwest Florida Raiders. Dante Chirico will take the mound now, the big right-hander. Comes in with a 5-2 record in 14 appearances, 4.44 ERA. He has 1 save on the year throughout 50 innings pitched. He's only allowed 25 runs, 63 punch-outs on the year, and 4 home runs allowed. Batter's average against him, 258, and he'll come into this game with his Raiders being down 2, and Sarver will exit. And, Will, what do you got on Sarver's day?
Currently, he's in line for the loss as the Eagles lead 3-1. He went 6 innings, allowed 3 runs on 7 hits, walked 1, and struck out 4.
That was some beautiful Jordan Pippen action right there, the old alley-oop. Loved that.
And how often do you have a game in the bottom of the 7th with the first pitching change? A little old school, and it'll be the bottom of the order, 7, 8, 9 due up for TCC as they look on to pad on to the 2-run lead a little bit more. It'll be Ziggy Thomas to start off, 0 for 2 today.
You know, Will, I'm glad you mentioned that. It seems that at the major league level, letting your pitchers stay in the game is a lost art. It is quite frustrating to see. Obviously, earlier in the year, we've already seen it with the Clayton Kershaw 80-pitch pull situation.
Yeah, it seems across all sports the talk is always offense, offense, offense. How can we get more offense? But I think if you ask a lot of baseball fans, nothing is more fun than seeing a pitcher go 7, 8, 9 innings deep into a game, pitching really well. I look like Thomas lost one of the protectors there on a big swing.
Elbow guard comes flying off. Nice little Evo Shield piece on him right there.
He'll strap it back on and stand back in with a 1-1 count.
Wow.
Ground ball up the middle. Shortstop Fritz scoops it up and throws to first just in time. First baseman Cavill had to reach up to get it, kept the foot on the bag, and there's one gone.
You know, he got a piece of that one, really good piece of it, just unfortunately tailed at the last second, not where you want it to be.
Brett Gwynn now 0 for 2.
Big Bird.
Another right-handed pitcher for the Raiders, means he'll bat as a lefty once again. I'd be interested to see his righty-lefty splits. We don't have it available to us on what we keep, but I imagine it might be a tad better from the right side this year.
You know, Will, now that you say that, I'm going to go digging. I'm going to go digging for it. Eagles out hitting the Raiders 7-5 here. Up 2. Wow.
Fouled quickly out of play towards the left side. That pitch called a strike on the outside.
That one had some really nice run to it right there on the.
Some late tail.
Very much so.
Sarver for 6. Now Chirico trying to keep it within striking distance. Raiders are within a bloop and a blast right now. And that one chopped high in the air. Cousteau has it. Throw to first in time, and that's out number 2.
Helmet only stays along for about half the journey there. As that hair is just flowing all over the place.
We already saw him once run out of double play ball. I mean, for a first baseman, he gets up the line awfully quick. Now the 9-hitter with 2 outs and bases empty, Aiden Keenan, 1 for 2. A double. That was his first extra base hit of the year. And puts that one on the ground to Cousteau again. Short arm to Cavill, and 3 up, 3 down go the Eagles. So Dante Chirico comes in as Raiders make a call to the bullpen, and it works out. Through 7 full now, it is 3-1.
It seems as though Ethan Fireved will be coming back out for the 8th, William.
So I don't know what the plan is, to how far he'll go. We'll certainly see. So make sure to stick with us. We've got a great one here at Eagle Field. And how about this? We teased it going into the break, but Ethan Fireved is back for more. He's here to start the 8th inning. He'll face, at least to start, the number 3 hitter, Austin Kelly. Kelly today 0 for 3. Strike out and a couple ground balls to the pull side.
Love that they're letting Ethan come back out here for the 8th. You know, 1 complete game shutout already in the books, and obviously the shutout is off for now. But why not see if he can go the 9 at this point? Why not save that bullpen for later? You know, we've got big games on the way with a lot of implications like we talked about at the beginning of this day. You know, you want to save as many arms as you can.
And I think you touched on it as well in one of the biggest games of the season. Why not just ride the arm that you probably trust the most?
Absolutely.
You mentioned 9 innings. We don't have the pitch count, but it might take him 140 throws if he goes the distance.
It seems that way. And, you know, Mac doesn't, you know, Brett Rutherford always references it. It's not necessarily a rule, but 100 pitches seems to be the line. And I think that's a completely healthy call, you know, even if a guy is really dealing at this stage, you know, at the JUCO level. Health is, I mean, at any level, that, you know, health is the utmost priority. Arm health and longevity of your career, especially here at the JUCO level when it's just barely getting started, per se.
Gets his first strike to Kelly there. 3-1 as he had some difficulty finding the zone to begin the plate appearance. And a swing at that one brings the count to Kelly full. So with the pitch count where it is, I mean, that's not a deal. Kelly taking you the distance in the count to begin. But looking for that first out of the 8th. And strike 3 called on the outside part. Strikeout number 5 of the day, or rather strikeout number 6 for Kreisen. Got Kelly looking.
Ethan Fireved is indeed that fella.
Carlos Guzman now 1 for 3. Singled to begin the 6th in his last time. Facing the Raider order a 4th time through.
These Eagles are some bad men, and I definitely would not want to be caught on the other side of that, especially when they're hot.
Wave and a miss as Guzman got fooled with that one.
William, I'm sure you're aware of the common phrase, don't let the Eagles get hot.
Don't let the Eagles get hot.
Dare I say, they're hot.
They're getting there. That one in the dirt. And that's something you talk about in any sport. But in particular, baseball can be more streaky than any other. Getting hot at the right time, and here we are in the final 2 or 3 games of the season.
You know, and that's such a huge thing, and I don't think it's really talked about enough, but really that does make or break teams going into playoffs, you know, World Series, hitters, pitchers, you know. Playoff pitchers, playoff hitters. I mean, look at Steve Pearson 2018. Where was that his entire career? More importantly, where was it after that? It came and went as quickly as we all experienced it, and that is what makes baseball so awesome.
Sometimes that's all it is. You ride the wave, as that one fouled. Had to play down the right side.
As I've heard a professional friend of mine say, just got to be where your feet are and see where you go.
That's an interesting turn of phrase.
You know, in the baseball world, that's the way it goes, though. It's just see how long it lasts and enjoy every bit. As Fireved is still dealing.
Comes out for the 8th and strikes out the first 2 hitters he faces. Empty in the tank, strikeout number 6 and 7 of the day.
He could come out for the 10th and punch out the side, I feel. This guy is on.
Brent Smith, the third baseman, lefty on left, 0 for 2, was hit by a pitch in the 4th.
You know, unfortunately, as we're hitting that 2-out mark of this inning, I will have to depart here shortly after this half inning. Gotta run to the old occupation. You know, unfortunately, as much as I wish this was the occupation, you know.
Got to keep the lights on by any means necessary.
You know, gotta do it. Wow.
Big cut and a miss there, and it seems like Fireved is seemingly somehow at his best.
He is just producing even more bananas swings and misses, it seems. Now, more than ever.
Break-even pitch on 1-1. That one grounded toward the right side, and now Fireved 1 strike away from finishing an 8th inning. The 1-2. Misses. Low and away.
You know, at that point, just give it to him, right? 2-2 with 2 away.
Nobody on. Fireved trying to keep this a 3-1 game.
Do it.
Puts that one up. Left fielder Cruz goes out, makes the grab. And Fireved now through 8 full and one of his best starts of the year. And so, Andrew, that'll do it for you. It's been great having you part of the broadcast today, and we look forward to seeing you on Wednesday.
Yeah, I hope to be a part of the broadcast on Wednesday for Mike McLeod's final game as head coach for TCC. You know, what a great game we have here, and I can't wait to tune in on my way to work and see if Ethan Fireved closes it out for the Eagles.
Absolutely. Let's finish out strong.
All right.
Community College presents Rock the Roost, starring Luke Bryan.
Yeah, that's my kind of night.
Luke Bryan. Eagles Live. Saturday, July 23rd, on campus at TCC, with special guest
There was this girl,
Riley Green.
drink in her hand. Shoot me a let's get into trouble grin.
Tickets are on sale now at rocktheroosttcc.com. Luke Bryan, live. Produced by Tallahassee Community College and Adams Entertainment.
William Haynes flying solo for hopefully the final 6 outs of this game. It'll be first the Eagles offense with a chance to add on some insurance. They lead 3-1. It's the top of the order up. It's Smokoski to start things off. A strike on the outside edge from Dante Chirico, who is back out for a second inning of work. It was Sarver for 6, and now likely Chirico for the final 2. A big swing and fouled that one off, and quickly 0-2 to Jason Smokoski today. 1 for 2 and a walk. Has been part of that terrific middle infield that's kept baseballs from getting to the outfield grass. And that one put into center field. John's running in, but he's not going to nearly get there in time, as it was a shallow of enough hit into center, and there is his second hit of the day. Josh Pagozzo now 0 for 3. Came into today 377 and an on base of 479. Those are all good for best on the team. "25 extra base hits, 37 runs batted in, 26 walks compared to only 22 strikeouts. He's also 16 of 19 in stolen base attempts. So a do-it-all offensive player. Fouls that one out in front of home plate. Smokoski was in motion there. Smokoski this year is 9 for 14 in stolen base attempts. Actually make that 9 for 15, as he was caught already today. The 0-2 popped up. Cavill and Cousteau getting out, and it will be Cousteau in foul territory making the catch for out number 1. Pagozzo goes 0 for 4. Rare day for him. Now it'll be Marco Dinges, the DH. 0 for 3 for him as well. Pitch outside, throw to first. But it was Cavill not on the bag, so it was just kind of a check-in over there. Smokoski heading back to the bag. And that one is going to get down for a hit into left. Eagles go station to station, first and second with 1 out. And the man who scored the day's first run, Andrew Fernandez, to bat now, 1 for 3 so far today. Heel toe to the mound for the Raiders head coach. Will he be taking the ball from Chirico? It looks like that may be the case. Only 1 out of the inning. He points to the bullpen. will depart from the mound without taking the baseball. So Dante will stay in. 2 more outs to get in this bottom of the 8th, rather. A big spot for Fernandez to maybe put this game out of reach if he can put a big swing on it. Chirico steps off. And that one inside. Fernandez tried to back out of the way of it, but could not. First hit by pitch issued by the Raiders side, 2nd overall, and that will load up the bases. First ducks on the pond situation of the day for Tallahassee. Smakoski down to 3rd, Dingus over to 2nd. And it will be Ethan Kreisen, who's 3 for 3 with a double and a home run. Only 1 out. So a fly ball might make it 4-1. Base hit might make it 5-1. Kreisen this year, 1 sacrifice fly. And took the first pitch over for strike. Scheduled hitters in the Raiders' 9th, A.J. Fritz, Mason Jans, Kate Easterbrook. That's the 6, 7, 8 hitters. So I don't know if some pinch hit substitutions may be in order. We'll have to wait and see. That one misses just off the plate, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike. The break-even pitch. Caught the outside edge, 1-2. Curveball was taken off the plate. Evens it at 2-2. Smakoski running at 3rd, Dingus at 2nd, Fernandez at 1st with 1 out. Chirico from the first base side of the rubber comes home. And that is strike 3 called. So about 3 pitches in the same spot. 2 were called strikes, 1 was not. He'll head back to the dugout, and as he was retired for the first time today. And now it'll be up to Justin Cruz. Cruz today 1 for 3. Singled in the 2nd. Was forced out at 2nd on a ground ball by Brett Gwynn. And that one is taken off the plate. Strike 1. And got a hold of that one in the left center, and it gets down for a hit. Off the wall, Jans plays the carom. 1 run comes to score. Here comes another. And into 3rd, sliding in, Justin Cruz, bases clearing triple, and he has just blown this game open. 3 RBIs just like that. Raiders decide to keep Chirico in, and the move blows up. right now, game is 6-1. And that makes it interesting, and the discussion is, do you bring Firevid back in with a 5-run advantage, even if there's not a reliever that you're super jazzed about bringing into the game? He'd still be pitching with a 5-run lead. A lot more cushion than we were dealing with just moments ago. Ziggy Thomas to the plate with a chance to maybe add on here. Fouled back. So Cruz, who has moved to the corner outfield at the end of this season, adding some production offensively as well. That one turns Thomas away from the plate. Some sneaky pop in the middle of the order. That was his 4th triple of the year. He's got 5 doubles, 3 home runs. That triple brought in RBIs 28, 29, and 30 of the season for him. And so he's up there with the big boys in that category. Foul ball by Thomas brings it to 2 balls, 2 strikes. And side again. And Kelly lost the ball for a moment, but it was right near home plate. The 3-2. Swung and fouled. That one put on the ground. First baseman Cavill ranging out to get it. Tosses it to the pitcher, Chirico, in time for the 3rd and final out of the 8th inning. But Tallahassee gets the insurance they were looking for. They loaded up the bases with 2 out. And it was a bases clearing triple for Justin Cruz as he continues his offensive success. And who else would it be other than Ethan Firevid back out for a 9th and final inning of work? Make sure to stay tuned for the finish of this one on tcceagles.com.